being paid by the seller, which, by the way, every agent on this call and every Career Compass agent is still going to put a commission on the buy side, aren't you? Yes, you are. Yes. Okay. Next, does it destroy a large percentage of the buyer's agent business? No. But, like I said before, if you're going to have stupid agents who go, oh, buyer's agency now has to be paid by the buyer no matter what. It's law. It isn't law. That's not what's going on. That's not what they said. That's not what this case is about. It doesn't do that, but you're going to experience stupid listing agents, and please educate these people. Stupid listing agents that think this. Don't be one of them. Does it potentially take half the revenue out of the real estate agency? No, it doesn't. It only takes out the revenue that the stupid listing agents are going to take out. That's all it does. Now, here's the big one. Do buyers, okay, ready? I want everybody to type in the chat box, yes or no to this question. Ready? Here we go. Yes or no in the chat box. Get ready to type. Do buyers have to now sign an exclusive buyer's agency agreement? Go, everybody. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, 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 yes, no, no, yes. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee while you guys are typing that. No, 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 but. Someone goes, no, but. Ready? Okay, here's the truth. No, it does not. Period. Here's why, guys. I don't care what the DOJ says. I don't care what NAR says, or I don't care what your board says. DOJ, even with the power they have, NAR with zero power, it's a club, guys. Okay, NAR has no power except what you give it. It is a club. It is like the Teamsters Union. The only power NAR has is the power you give it. It has no regulatory authority. It doesn't make laws or anything like that. NAR cannot force a sovereign citizen, i.e. a buyer, to sign a contract. That is so far beyond any power they'll ever dream of. They cannot do that. You cannot force a buyer to sign a buyer's agreement. Now, I heard from one of my good friends, Mike Kokos, the other day, that the California legislature is now going to be introducing a bill that says you have to sign an exclusive with a buyer's agent or you can't buy a house. That is going to get shot down in 10 seconds. I don't give a crap. You cannot get... Has anybody here ever heard of the Constitution of the United States? Anybody ever heard of that? I know some Democrats haven't, but my point is... Oh! Got a little poke in there, sorry. My point is, the government cannot, according to the Constitution of the United States, force a sovereign citizen into a contract. You know what this is like? This is like you going to Ralph's, the grocery store, and saying, and the manager of Ralph's comes in and goes, okay, well, you can shop here. We'd love to have you shop here at Ralph's grocery store, but you're going to have to sign a contract that says you will never shop at any other grocery store. Do you really think that's going to happen? It's not going to happen. And by the way, be very careful with your exclusives because most of them are worthless. Okay, it's a long conversation. If your buyer will sign an exclusive, I got news for you. They're going to be able to challenge you in court coming and going. Because if you're exclusive on some buyer and they go off and buy a house with another agent or just directly with the listing agent on a house you didn't show them, you are not going to be able to enforce that in court. No way, no how. Okay? You didn't. It's what's called consideration. Every single contract has to have something. Okay? Meaning completion. Every constitution. If you didn't show them the house, your ability to force them to pay you a commission because they have an exclusive, you have an exclusive with them, is going to be very, very thin. Very thin. You will lose that in court every single time. Let me tell you, guys, okay, exclusives are worthless. Buyer's agency exclusives are worthless. You know what your exclusive is? You're good. You're the best. You're fast. That's what your exclusive is. That's what it is. This will not happen. And by the way, if you're going to make all of your buyers sign a contract that can only work with you, you're going to lose a lot of buyers. Now, some of you are thinking, well, Wellington, my brokerage is making me. You're an independent contractor. They can't make you do anything. But first, if they say you have to have an exclusive, ready? I want you to be a manager or broker of a brokerage I work at, okay? It's Kick Butt Realty. I'm one of your agents. Hey, Mr. Manager, I've got this buyer, and they want to buy a $1.5 million house. I've got a great house that some other Career Compass agent listed, so there's a nice big fat commission on the buy side, so I really want to show them the house and get this done. And they say if I show it to them, they'll write the offer with me. And your manager goes, no, you have to have an exclusive. So I go back to my buyer, and I say, well, my manager says I have to have this signed. And the buyer says, if you make me sign that, I'm not going to buy the house with you. You go back to your manager. I want you to, in the chat box again, you go back to the manager and say, okay, I can either sell this house and write the offer with this buyer at $1.5 million, and it's got a big fat 4% commission, because that really smart listing agent used the Career Compass 7% technique. Yes. let's see, how much is that? 4 times 15. Wow, that's $60,000. Mr. Buyer, excuse me, Mr. Manager, owner, broker of my brokerage, are you telling me you're going to walk away from a $60,000 commission because my buyer won't sign your silly exclusive? In the chat box, go ahead. Is that what's going to happen? Is that right? Are all you brokerage managers out there going to walk away from hundreds of thousands of dollars in commission because you don't have some silly piece of paper? I got news for you guys. If you're the buyer's agent that writes the offer, you're going to get the commission. You don't need the goddamn exclusive. No, that's not going to happen. Let's keep going. Does this outlaw sellers paying for buyer's agent commission, even though the media says yes? The answer is hell no. Hell no. All these are no. Ready? Here's the bottom line. I want everybody to understand this. Wellington, what should we do? The whole world's coming down. Oh my God, we're all going to die. The earth is spiraling into the sun and we're all going to die a painful, fiery death. Here's what you should do. Ready? Exactly what you have been doing all this time. Let me explain this. You are a listing agent, okay? Put commission on the buy side. No, it won't be reflected in the MLS as of July. But it doesn't mean you can't put a commission on there and drive the best buyer's agents and the best buyers to your house. Let me explain what I mean. Now, the only thing that has changed, the only thing that's changed in this entire settlement that NAR did is you can no longer rely on the MLS to inform buyer's agents of buy-side commission. That's it. That's the only change. Yeah, somebody took away your binky. Okay? You don't have the MLS to do your work for you. Okay? Most of you have been in real estate as long as I have. I remember the old times when you had to go out and market your damn house. You have to do that now, and you should do that. You should earn your commission. Just putting it on the MLS and being saved and getting multiple offers because you got a 2.5% interest rate during COVID is not being an agent. Okay? Do you honestly think in your heart of hearts that if you have $1 million house that's got 2.5 on it, okay? You put it on the MLS, it's COVID, so everybody gets 2.5% interest rates. Within an hour, you got 10 offers, and you get a check for $25,000. Do you really think that you earn $25,000? I mean, give me a break. That's half the income the average American makes in half of a year working. No, my point is now go out and earn your commission. The ones who do that are going to be millionaires. The ones who don't do that, well, I want to make a lot of money, Wellington, and not do any work at all, so I'll get into real estate because the MLS does all my work for me. No, wrong. This is the only thing that's changed. Let me go over the details here. Question for you. Again, chat box. Everybody, chat box. Yes or no? Okay. Who decides if a property has a buyer's agent commission on it that is paid by the seller? Ready? Is it? Who decides that? Is it NAR in the MLS? Yes or no? No. It's the seller. It's you, the listing agent. These people do not decide whether you can put a commission on the buy side. It's unconstitutional. Okay. There can be no law that infringes on free society of contract. Hey, look it up. No, it has been and always will be the listing side, ladies and gentlemen, who decides if a buyer's agent commission. The MLS is simply a communications device. I don't give a crap what the MLS does. You still have the authority and the power to put a commission on the buy side. Continue to do that. So, our business can continue exactly like it has. Totally. With buyer's agent's commission being paid by the seller, it is entirely up to the listing agent to ensure buyer's agent commission is part of the listing, even if it's not shown or mandated on the MLS. That's it. Okay? There you go. This hasn't changed anything. But let me give you an example of exactly your life in the future. This is how you're going to make so much money. Here's a bunch of houses in the MLS, okay? Here's a bunch of houses for sale. Here's a bunch of houses listed by listing agents. Let's go over it. This one right here has a 2.5 on it, just like many of them do. This one right here is a smart agent. This is a career compass agent, and they put 3 on their side and 4 on the buy side. What's that called, everybody? 7% technique. Okay? This has got 2.5 on it. This has got 3. This has got 3 and 2.5, greedy listing agent. And this one over here is 2.5. So here's some examples. Now, question for you. Again, chat box. I know I'm making you work here, keeping you awake. I want you to write one word. What establishes the commission on these houses? Is it the MLS? Is it CAR? Is it this, okay? Agent, seller, agent, sale, okay? Ready, guys? Here's what establishes to the commission. The contract. Not the MLS, not CAR, not NAR, not your brokerage or anything like that. This contract is between your broker, thus you, as the agent of the broker, and the seller, regardless of the MLS, regardless of NAR or CAR or anything else like that. So, how do we inform buyer's agents that we have commissions on the buy side? Okay? Here's how we do it. Can you email every single agent out there and let them know you got a 2.5 or a 4? That's part of the 7% technique, isn't it? Can you do this? You can't get off your damn cell phone for 10 seconds. Could you text every agent, broker, and manager in the area that you have a 4% buy side, 2.5% buy side, 3%? Of course you could. Hell, you're on the phone. You can't get off the phone to save your life. Okay? Can you do, zip my flyer to everybody? Of course you can. Can you, God forbid, get your butt out of bed and go to your caravan and show everybody you've got a 4% buy side and have them freak out? Of course you can. Can you go to your manager's office meeting? Yay! And be a real agent. Can you go to the manager and tell all the other agents in the brokers that you've got 2.5, 3, 4% on the buy side? And by the way, would your manager like that? You'd think they would. Why would they like that? Because then they can double end it within their office. Come on, people, you know this. And you also have the MLS. The only thing that you love, oh, by the way, what I didn't miss? Social media. Can you put a great big ad up on Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat or anything else like that that says 4% buy side? You sure can, and you should. Okay? You should. So you have all these things, plus things like Zillow, and the only one that you lost was that. That's it. That's the only thing that you lost. So if you're out of business because of that, then you shouldn't have been in business in the first place. Period. End of story. And by the way, any agent that thinks that they should not put a buy-side commission on the house, on the MLS, it's not going to be on there. If you don't think you should put commissions on the buy side anymore, get out of real estate. You should have your license revoked, because it's not buyer's agents that will save buyer's agency. It's listing agents. Get it? I think you do. Now, continue to always encourage sellers to put a buyer's agent commission on the contract every single time without fail. Do not tell customers, clients, database that buyer's agency is no longer. Why would you do that? Why in the world would you say something so stupid? If you are that agent, I want you to call my cell phone and I'm going to slap you around. All right? Idiots. Use the 7% technique every single time you do a listing. If you do not know what that is, you are to run, not walk. Run to the Career Compass seminar, or get the greatest hits, or get in C4, and we will teach it to you surgically. And you will know it. It'll be the greatest thing you ever learned. Ask any agent in here who's been to our program. They know it. Next, we must now market our properties without the benefit of the MLS doing all of our work for you. Hoo-hoo, somebody took my pacifier away. Too bad. Okay? We very simply do what we should be doing. Market the property via every avenue you have. So, how do we do this? Okay? Oh, by the way, here's some fun stuff. Okay? You guys want to laugh for a minute? And by the way, even though this is funny, give you some jokes. Even though this is funny, it proves a point, and I wonder what point it's going to prove. Watch this. Now, I saw some memes, so I made up some of my own. Ready? Post-July 2024 MLS listing descriptions. So this is like the description of the property in the MLS. Ready? Watch this. Post-2024 July. This 3-bedroom house is perfect for your buyer as it has been recently updated. Ready? The word 3 is capitalized. The PER in perfect is capitalized. And the CENT in recently is updated. So what's it say? 3%. Oh my God, that's good stuff. Oh, that is good stuff. That is funny. That's not okay. That's funny. Okay, Andrea, that's funny. Wake up in here. All right. This is funny. Now, so I went ahead and did some of my own. Watch this. 3%. There you go. Watch this. Bring your buyer to this magenta-colored house near a community park. There are no omissions to this description. Call me after 3 p.m. Watch this. Ready? Buyer, agent, commission, 3P. Now, ready for this? This is funny stuff. I know we're getting it. I know this is funny. Okay? But I want to ask you a question. Why can't you just write this restricted from putting that kind of disclaimer, that kind of info in the MLS. It proves something, in my opinion, because all the settlement said is you cannot have that little box that says this is the buyer's agent commission. It doesn't say anything about telling agents that I did put a commission on the buy side. The settlement doesn't say that. It doesn't. Go read it. I did. Okay? It doesn't say that. So if NAR, CAR, and the MLS system restricts you from saying something like this is my opinion. They did this to save their own butts at your expense. Because they're like, well, we did this to protect our agents. Bull. If this is eliminated, if you are not allowed to put this kind of disclaimer on the MLS in the description, they did it they sacrificed you for their own bank account. That's my opinion, and I'm right. There you go. So we'll see what happens. Okay? Learn new listing techniques. Sellers being able to pay the commissions on the buyer's agent. Is that true? No. That's absolutely, completely untrue. They all have it wrong. This is what the case was about. The real goal of this suit, beyond its obvious, huge money settlements, this is a shakedown. This is a money grab. Don't make no mistake about it. Okay? Is to eliminate the rule that you must put a commission on the buying side. So what does that mean? Well, here's what it means. See this right here? This is a contract. This is a private contract between two sovereign individuals, a seller and a buyer, an agent and a buyer, an agent and a seller, an agent and an agent. Okay? I want to read this to you. You can look it up on the Constitution of the United States. There can be no law that infringes on the rights of free contract among sovereign citizens. Okay. NAR cannot eliminate your ability to put a commission on the buy side of a listing paid by the seller. They
in the contract.
They do not have that power. In fact, nobody does. Until we get rid of the Constitution of the United States, that is not legal. So you can always put as much commission on the buy side as you want, and you should. Only thing that's changed is it won't be reflected in that one avenue of advertising called the MLS. That's it.